Learning English.
So picture yourself just staring at this glowing laptop screen at midnight.
Oh man, the absolute worst.
Right. And a well-meaning colleague taps your shoulder. They gently suggest you, go home and rest.
Which you desperately want to agree with.
Exactly. Yet a massive deadline looms over you, forcing you to decline their kindness.
Welcome back to Radio英会話, a quick recap by Noelia. Lesson 26, Conversation Principles. Flow the basics of pull and push.
Yeah, so today's mission is mastering the conversational art of the pull and push, like agreeing to validate the other person before standing your ground.
Here's a key sentence.
Yeah, but I already promised my friends I'd join their study group.
One more time.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, but I already promised my friends I'd join their study group.
This technique gets compared to verbal martial arts a lot. But I kind of want to push back on that for a second.
Wait, really? How come?
Well, if someone hits me with a, yeah, but, I instantly ignore the yeah. Like I know the but is about to negate everything I just said.
Right, it can sound a bit dismissive.
Exactly. Doesn't this technique just sound, manipulative? Or like a cheap trick?
I totally get that reaction, but, well, think about it more like judo.
Okay, judo, go on.
In judo, you don't put your hands up to block a rigid punch. Instead, you grab your opponent's wrist and you pull them in the exact direction they are already moving.
So you use their momentum.
Exactly. You use their momentum before applying your own leverage to flip them towards your goal.
So the but is the leverage.
You got it. And if executed authentically, it neutralizes the brain's threat response so you can gracefully redirect the flow of the interaction.
Okay, so how does that look when we're dealing with objective reality? Like, say, a crowded venue.
Here's the first phrase.
The new cafe is always crowded.
Yeah, but their coffee is worth the wait.
One more time.
Let's do it.
The new cafe is always crowded.
Yeah, but their coffee is worth the wait.
This is a perfect example of not fighting objective facts. I mean, if you argue that the cafe isn't crowded when it clearly is, you just create friction.
Oh, for sure.
The other person is immediately going to dig their heels in, just to prove they're right.
Right, because fighting reality triggers a defensive posture.
Which is exactly what we want to avoid.
By agreeing with the downside immediately, you establish common ground. You are telling them that you see the exact same reality they do.
And then comes the pivot, where you highlight a superior merit that overrides the negative point.
Yeah, you aren't denying the flaw at all because the crowd is a fact. Sure. You are simply proving that the benefit of amazing coffee completely outweighs the inconvenience.
That makes total sense for an objective fact like a crowd. But what happens when the push isn't against a tangible fact, but a feeling?
Here's another.
What if the price drops?
I understand your concern, but the market is stable now. Don't worry.
One more time.
You got it.
What if the price drops?
I understand your concern, but the market is stable now. Don't worry.
This takes a remarkably different approach. We aren't agreeing with a physical reality anymore. We are validating a specific emotion, which in this case is their anxiety about the price.
Exactly, because humans are emotional creatures first and logical creatures second.
Right. Why does validating the emotion work better than just dropping facts?
Well, we have to capture their worry before offering any objective reassurance. If someone is anxious and you just start throwing data at them, it feels incredibly dismissive.
Like it signals that you aren't really listening.
Precisely. By addressing the feeling directly, you calm their nervous system, making them actually receptive to your objective facts about the stable market.
Let's see this in a higher stakes environment.
Here's today's scene.
So 2 colleagues are working late on a messy presentation. One is completely exhausted and over-caffeinated, while the other urgently suggests they take a break and rest.
Here they go.
Coffee again. That's your 4th cup tonight. You're going to be a wreck tomorrow.
I don't have much of a choice. This presentation is still a mess.
Look, even 10 minutes of shut-eye would help. You should really get some rest.
Yeah, but I have to finish this by tomorrow. I'll sleep for 12 hours straight once this is over, I promise.
This dialogue perfectly illustrates the psychological balancing act we've been talking about. The exhausted colleague is backed into a corner by the deadline.
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
But the other person is coming from a place of genuine care. You can't just snap at them.
Using the yeah, but structure here really neutralizes the tension.
It acknowledges the kindness of the suggestion, right?
Yeah.
So the caring colleague feels appreciated.
Exactly. And immediately following it with the harsh reality of the deadline explains why the advice cannot be followed right now.
Right. You are protecting your boundaries without pushing away a friend.
You absorb their concern, validate it, and redirect the energy toward the mutual goal of finishing the presentation.
Noelia has prepared 20 practical phrases for this lesson.
We highly recommend you head over to the pattern practice and original dialogue sections. It's the best way to build real conversational muscle and practice these techniques.
And the link is in the description.
Thanks for joining us today.
Before you go, consider this. What happens when two people use the pull and push technique on each other at the exact same time? Does it create a loop of endless empathy or a total conversational stalemate? Catch you later.